Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday. This is the day that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing and we're glad in it. I am super excited to share with you some information on this beautiful Millionaire Monday. If you're coming on, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody, and let them know Prophet Ramon, the squad, we are live right here on the Ramon Preston Show, right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And guess what? We are celebrating 1 year as a show. We're celebrating 1 year as a show. So, you know, I'm super excited about that. Again, please hit the like button, hit the share button. Tag somebody, let them know that the Ramon Preston Show is live. We are on. I'm super excited about today. I'm super excited about this week as we prepare to enter into the month of February, celebrate Black History Month. So many amazing things that are happening, and I want to make sure everybody's in the know, okay? Be sure to put in the comments what city, what state, what area you're watching the show from today. It's always good to know that we got people from Atlanta, people from outside of Atlanta, people from other parts of the country and even other parts of the world that are watching the Ramon Preston Show. I certainly appreciate you. So please hit that like button, hit the share button, and tag somebody and let them know we are live on the Ramon Preston Show today. So a few things I want to cover. Before I do, I want to make sure that you have subscribed to our YouTube page. If you haven't, please be sure before today ends, maybe once the show ends, if you don't have another device, please be sure to go to our YouTube page. You can find me at Ramon Preston. You can go to YouTube. You could type in the search engine, Ramon Preston. My page is going to come up. Please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page. Hit that bell. We need as many subscribers as we can. Your subscriptions are your support. That's what your subscriptions do. They support us. The more people subscribe to our YouTube page, the more people visit it and realize that there must be something said on this page that has people subscribing. But you can find me at Ramon Preston on any platform, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok. We're all at Ramon Preston, and I would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube page. Definitely our YouTube page. I want you to subscribe to that page, and you can like us on every other page. We post content daily, whether it's short videos, reels, clips, whether we're just goofing off from time to time, posting memes, and in most cases we're providing content. We're providing value based on what I teach and what I educate my students on and what I provide as a coach and a consultant to my clients. And so I really appreciate all of your subscriptions. I really appreciate all of your follows, your likes, your shares. It means the world to me. God has given me a really unique vision. He's given me a really unique assignment. And that vision, that assignment is for both the ministry and the marketplace. And it's not the easiest thing to do when God has called you and has given you an assignment and a vision to really build an infrastructure to help people spiritually, but to also complement a spiritual transformation with biblical principles for business and financial success. I truly believe that we need more of this information, and I definitely can't do it alone. I'm not trying to do it alone. I'm just doing it for the people that I know I can reach, that resonate with me. And if you're one of those individuals that connect with me on a spiritual level or a business or financial level, I want to just say to you, thank you so much. I'm extremely humbled. I'm extremely honored. I'm just so thankful, grateful, appreciative to be in a position to even teach and educate and train and coach and consult people, not just spiritually, but economically. It is a game changer for me personally. It does my heart so well. That's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate. It's one of the reasons why I got so much energy to do it, because I'm just thankful that I can be in a position to do it and to know that what I'm sharing with my community is something that is needed and necessary. So please make sure you hit the like, make sure you share this video, make sure you invite other people to join me Monday through Friday right here on the Ramon Preston Show. We're starting to air on other platforms, other network broadcasts. We're working on launching a podcast. And so as many platforms as we can get access to, as many ears we can get our words in, as many eyes we can be visible in front of, that's just the more people that will be educated, more people that will be inspired, more people that will be impacted with biblical principles for business and financial success. So I want to say right here at the beginning, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a part of my business and my ministry community. Even if we don't do business together, if we do ministry together, if what I say to you as a minister, as a prophet, as a preacher resonates with you, thank you for following. Thank you for trusting me to share anything with you. If you are part of both communities, business and ministry, I want to say thank you, because joining a business and ministry community and really getting all the information that you need from someone who operates in both capacities, it says a lot about who you are. So I want to say thank you. Welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. If you don't know, I'm your host, Ramon Preston. Every Monday through Friday, we show up here on the Ramon Preston Show to share with you biblical principles for business and and financial success. I don't always talk about church and ministry. I don't use this show to really prophesy and to preach sermons. And one of the reasons why I don't do that is because this is a platform that I'm using to teach and to educate people on biblical principles for business and finances. And so I have other platforms, I have other channels, I have other ways and means to communicate other things as a prophet, as a preacher, as a minister of the gospel, even though sometimes I do merge the two. But for the most part, I use the Ramon Preston Show Monday through Friday to really expose biblical principles of business and finances to our audience that listens to us. So I want to say thank you for joining the show today. Thank you for being a part of our community. And just in case you don't know, today we're celebrating 1 year. It is our 1 year anniversary. It's hard to believe. It's really, really hard to believe. 1 year ago today, 1 year ago today, my team and I, we decided to commit to showing up every day, Monday through Friday, with the Ramon Preston Show. It's been 1 year. And with the exception of maybe a few weeks that I was on vacation or I was out of town for business and just couldn't show up live, with the exception of those few times, every Monday through Friday for the past year, we've been showing up here sharing information with you. That's one of the reasons why we have over 1,000 videos on YouTube right now. And so I want to celebrate you. If you've been following us on the Ramon Preston Show for the past year or any time in between this past year, I want to say thank you for being a follower, for being a supporter. And I really hope that you have learned something within the last year. As a matter of fact, I would love to know if you could just think of something on the top of your head, what would be one of the biggest takeaways you've gotten from any of the shows that you've watched within the last year? I would love to know what was one of the biggest takeaways. I've talked about so many different things within the last year. Most of my conversations have been about holding companies. This has always been a big topic. holding companies. And I have a lot of material. I have a lot of content. I have a lot of videos. I have a lot of training curriculum on holding companies, not just on this channel, wherever you're watching us from. We have a lot of archived videos on our platforms on social media, but we have an entire online virtual mentorship program that teaches you all the details, the nuts and bolts about holding companies. Another big topic that we've talked about is financial systems. We've talked a lot about financial systems. We've talked about tax strategies. We've talked about accounting. We've talked about balance sheets, liabilities, assets, net worth. We've talked about investing, particularly real estate. We've talked about sales. We've talked about marketing. I mean, I could go on and on. Can you imagine how many topics we've talked about just within the last year? I mean, if we've hosted a show for the last year, let's say 20 shows a month. So that's approximately what? About 200, I'll say about 220 shows we've hosted just within the last year. Give or take maybe 10 or 20, I don't know, but at least 220 shows. That would be 20 shows a month. For the last year, it would actually be 240. I'm just taking 20 away since I know that we had a few vacations and maybe had a few trips that we were on that we couldn't host. So we have at least 220 shows on our social media platforms for the Ramon Preston Show. So I would love to know, what has been like one of your biggest takeaways? Like, what is one of the big lessons that you've learned from listening to me? Is it about holding companies? Is it something specific about business? Is it something about entrepreneurship? Is it something about creative tax strategies, sales, marketing? I would just love to know, since you've started watching the Ramon Preston Show, what is one of the big takeaways, or what is the aha moment that you've had? You know what I mean? I would love to know that. So I want to celebrate all of you that are part of our business community, even if you're part of our ministry community, even if you're just a part of my personal community and you just support the Ramon Preston Show just because you love me and you want to show your support and solidarity to me. I want to say thank you so much, because for the past year, we have been able to do some extraordinary things since we've launched the Ramon Preston Show. One thing in particular, and this is something we can celebrate each other for, one thing in particular is we've had over 300,000 views. We've had over 300,000 views. Most of these 300,000 plus views that we've had on social media are all centered around the Ramon Preston Show. So that means every time we've done a show for the last 1 year, 5 days a week, over 220 shows, we have literally seen over 300,000 views specifically directed towards watching one or many of the shows that we have hosted. So congratulations to all of you that make up these 300,000 views. We appreciate you. There are a lot of numbers that I didn't even mention. We have over 300,000 views. We probably have, at least within the last year, we probably have had at least a couple thousand questions. And I might be exaggerating by a couple hundred, but it definitely feels like 10,000 questions. I mean, literally. And I have answered almost every question. I've answered almost every question. Like every day, I take some time to answer 5 or 10 or 20 questions. And my team, they've answered a lot of questions. And these are just questions that people inbox us with. They send private messages. They may email us. They may text us the questions. So we've had at least 1,000 to 2,000 questions out of those 300,000 views from the Ramon Preston Show. Not only have we had a couple thousand questions, but we've had over 50 people. I'm talking about people who are total strangers. We've had over 50 people. We're talking about total strangers total strangers who, because they watched the Ramon Preston Show, because they saw one of our videos, particularly on YouTube, we've had over 50 people who got introduced to us, got to know who Ramon Preston was, reached out to us, whether they called us, whether they emailed us, or whether they text in response to one of our shows. And we've had over 50 people to join our Millionaire Blueprint, and our Millionaire Mentorship program. So we have a online mentorship program called the Millionaire Blueprint, and we've had a coaching and consulting program that we now refer to as our Millionaire Mentorship program. But just because of those 300,000 views we've had within the last year on the Ramon Preston Show, just because of those 1,000 to 2,000 questions, just because we've been willing to show up every day, 5 days a week for the last year for 220 plus shows, we have seen at least, it's way over 50, it may be 60 or 70 people that have joined our Millionaire Blueprint and our Millionaire Mentorship or our coaching program. And the reason why I'm bringing this number up is because these are people that we don't know. So if I personally know you, whether you're part of my ministry, whether you're connected to my wife as a real estate agent, or whether we've had some type of relationship, I'm not including you in this number. These are just people who I have had no idea who they were. They had no idea who I was until they saw the Ramon Preston Show. And so I want to celebrate all of you for continuing to support, because this is over 50 people here who are being mentored to become millionaires, who are being coached and consulted about biblical principles for business and finance. And almost all of these people I see either on Mondays with our coaching calls, we have weekly coaching calls, or I see in our quarterly mastermind workshops. We host one-day events every quarter, or depending on what type of program they're on with our mentorship, we sit down with them periodically in one-on-one coaching sessions. So I'm super proud of my team for what we've been able to accomplish. And so we celebrate 1 year for the Ramon Preston Show. And guess what? We're getting ready to keep moving forward. We're adding more content to our platforms. I'm adding more content to our online training program. I'm adding more features and more advantages and more benefits to our mentorship program. One of the reasons is because I want to create millionaires. I'm going to say it a better way. I want to create more millionaires. I've already created 2. And I've got documented proof to show that, okay, I've created 2. And you know what my philosophy is? I'm always doing the math. And when you can document math that you can do, and you can verify and quantify and validate something you've done, and you documented it, all you have to do is look at what you documented and figure out how you can duplicate it. And so because I've created 2 millionaires, I know I can create 20. If I can create 20 millionaires, I know I can create 200. And so maybe you are the next Blueprint millionaire. Maybe you are the next millionaire that will come through our training program, our coaching and our consulting program. And if in fact you are, and you have not signed up to one of our programs, I want you to reach out to me today. I'm going to give you instructions on how you can make that happen today. But I want to celebrate all of you for supporting the Ramon Preston Show. I just appreciate all of you. And please, if you have been a faithful follower of the Ramon Preston Show, please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Please put in the comments at least one big takeaway that you have had. Or maybe there's just an aha moment that you've had. I would love to know what that aha moment is. Like, what exactly have you learned? What exactly have you learned that have just like kaboom, blown your mind? And if you think what you've learned blew your mind, Oh my God, you have no idea how much more content that I'm preparing to add to our online training program, and how much more content and value I'm preparing to add to our new Millionaire Mentorship program. So let me just help you very quickly before I go to some of the comments to see if any of you have put anything in there on your takeaways. But let me just share something with you. So we have our Millionaire Blueprint. This is our online business and financial wealth building system. So this is our way of mentoring you virtually. All right. So if you are a technological person and you love to learn and study, this will be like ideal for you, because our online program, which is our Millionaire Blueprint, it provides on-demand interactive training for you. Literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You could turn your car into a university. You could turn your laptop into a university. Anywhere you are, as long as you got Wi-Fi access, or maybe you have some other type of access to the internet, you're able to go to our platform. You can learn, you can study, you can download forms, you could get the game on how to become a millionaire. I'm literally giving you the blueprint. That's why I call it the Millionaire Blueprint, because it's my personal playbook. Trust me. If it wasn't a real Millionaire Blueprint, meaning that if it wasn't a playbook that I could use to become a millionaire, why am I going to use the word millionaire? I'm not going to be on here capping and lying, knowing that somebody can call me to the carpet and I can't show receipts. Now, if you're just trying to troll me and just trying to get in my business, you're going to just get clapped back, all right? But on a real note, I use the word millionaire in the Millionaire Blueprint because I know it is the blueprint that you can use, all right? But we also have a Millionaire Mentorship program. Now, one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up is because we're starting something new, and I wanted to introduce it today since we're celebrating 1 year. So we just launched our Millionaire Mentorship program, okay? So our Millionaire Mentorship program is a little different from our previous coaching program because we have added some different features to this Millionaire Mentorship program. One of the biggest features that we've added to our Millionaire Mentorship program is that we're offering Headquarter Days. And so what those Headquarter Days provide is an opportunity for you as a Millionaire Mentorship member to visit my headquarters at least once a month and to literally shadow me and my team so that I can show you the ins and outs of how to run a $1 million company. Like, it's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to watch other people move on it, but it's a whole nother thing to be able to get behind the scenes, behind the boardroom desk, behind the CEO's operations, and to see how this business system actually works and how this individual is actually doing what they're doing to have a $1 million, soon to be multi-million dollar business. And so we have Headquarter Days that we've added to our Millionaire Mentorship program. We have also added 1 day quarterly events. So in our coaching program, we used to host 4-hour masterminds, 4-hour workshops. And so now we've converted those 4-hour events into 1 day events. And so these 1 day events that we host every quarter consist of the first half of the day is a mastermind. We do a deep dive into your business, into other entrepreneurs' businesses, and we deal with business systems, we deal with tax strategies, we deal with investing, we deal with holding companies, we deal with sales and marketing. There are so many different aspects of business that we do deep dives on in our mastermind. The second half of this 1 day event, we're participating in workshops, meaning that there are going to be interactive training sessions that involve role playing, they involve certain practicums, they involve breakouts, and we deal with the nuts and bolts of sales, the nuts and bolts of marketing, the nuts and bolts of financial systems, QuickBooks. We deal with the nuts and bolts of business systems, operations, logistics. So it's an amazing program. So if you have not gone to our website and read all the information that we have available on our Millionaire Mentorship program, or if you are a part of our coaching program currently and you have not taken that upgrade into consideration, I sent a letter out last week giving an offer to all of our current coaching program members to move up to our Millionaire Mentorship program, because I really want to get as many of our mentees coming into my office on a regular basis. I actually have mentees that show up like every Thursday of the month. Every Thursday of the month we host our Headquarter Days, and we schedule a rotation of different Millionaire Mentorship members to come in. And so every Thursday this year, we've had people in our office training, literally interning, showing them all the ins and outs of our business. And I have to let you hear their testimonies on how it has helped them just within the last couple weeks. So anyway, what were some of the takeaways since we've hosted this show in the last year? What were some of the big takeaways or some of the aha moments? Let me see here. I'm over in YouTube land. Okay, YouTube land. We have, oh, that's my daughter. She says, holding company, sales, and marketing. Thank you. Lucretia. Okay, Lucretia and Rubino. I think that may be both of you. One of their takeaways is understanding a holding company and how to properly set it up, financial strategies, and setting up a business plan. Those are some of the big takeaways that they've had. I really appreciate y'all sharing that. So today we're starting something new. Okay, today is the first day that we're starting something new, and what we're gonna do moving forward is we're going to use Mondays as Millionaire Mondays. Okay. So that means every Monday, I am literally designating the entire day to talk about the principles and the practices and the mindsets and the methods and the skill sets and the strategies about becoming a millionaire. All right. This is very, very important. And I really, really, really hope that as you listen to me, and as you follow me, that you start adopting and adapting to that of a millionaire. And so every Monday, as long as I can remember it, unless something comes up that's more important, but for now, every Monday, we're going to designate our Mondays as Millionaire Mondays. And so we already host our weekly coaching calls with our coaching clients on Mondays. We have our new Millionaire Mentorship members who are also joining us on those calls, and we're going to be renaming and repurposing our Mondays as Millionaire Mondays. Millionaire Mondays. I'm literally on a mission. I'm telling y'all, this year I am on a mission, and one of the biggest aspects of my mission is to create more millionaires. I've created 2. I want to end this year by creating 8 more. I would love to be able to create 8 more millionaires. If I could end this year with 8 more people, along with my wife and I, who are like certified millionaires, man, my life would be real good. I heard a wealthy man say, if you want to become a millionaire, figure out how to if you want to become a billionaire, figure out how to create enough millionaires. And so I want to be a hectomillionaire. I want to be a billionaire. But before I become a billionaire, I need to become a hectomillionaire. Well, before I become a hectomillionaire, I need to be a millionaire. So since I've already crossed that threshold, I need to create more millionaires so that I can become a hectomillionaire. All right. So I've already helped a lot of people become high 5 and 6-figure earners. Like that's to me now, that's like a piece of cake to do that. It's easy for me to show you how to make $100,000 a year if you're willing to put the work in. That's the whole thing. You got to be willing to put the work in. But it's easy for me to do that because I know the amount of work that it takes. I know what types of products and services you may have to have. I know what type of systems and processes you need. And the good thing is, just to give you a little more security, the good thing is I'm a part of a coaching program that's led by a billionaire who he and his whole team teaches the mentees and the clients like me who are in that coaching program how to become multimillionaires, hectomillionaires, billionaires. Like, there hasn't been one coaching mastermind, one boot camp, one workshop, one session that I've gone to, and I've gone to several of them since I've been a part of this $1 million coaching and mentoring program. There hasn't been one session that I've gone to that either the billionaire or his team wasn't talking about how we can go from wherever we are making money every year to 25 million, 50 million, 75 million, 100 million. Like, those are the numbers that they throw out, and that's how they teach you. They teach you how to become multimillionaires, hectomillionaires. They show you how to create companies that could scale to 25, 50, 75, 100 million, because they have companies that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars and even billions of dollars. So anyway, I'm super excited about that. This is our first Millionaire Monday. This is our first Millionaire Monday. So a few things I want to talk to you about when it comes to being a millionaire, and when it comes to putting yourself in a position to live a millionaire life. The first thing that I want to highlight is being a millionaire is not about the what. Okay? Being a millionaire is not about the what. And again, everybody have their own opinions about what I'm saying, and who cares? We're talking about what we're talking about today, okay? So being a millionaire is not about the what. Being a millionaire is about the why. So the first thing that you have to make sense of, the first thing that you have to settle in your heart, the first thing that you have to wrap your mind around is not the what. This is not it. It's not the game, because the what can be $1 million, okay? But that ain't enough. Just knowing what you want in terms of having $1 million or being a millionaire or making $1 million a year, I'm telling you, it's not enough. It's not going to be enough to wake you up every morning. It's not going to be enough to get you going. It's not going to be enough to get you through the education that you got to get, the training you got to get through, the muscle you got to build, the mistakes you got to make, the practice you got to put in, the work, the effort, the energy. The what is not going to be enough. Trust me on this, because there was a time when I was limited in my thinking. There was a time when I was limited in my understanding of becoming a millionaire, that I was focused just on the what. Man, I want to be a millionaire. Man, I want to be rich. Man, I just wish I had the bag. I mean, I could go all the way back to days when I was below the bottom. I can go back to days when I was making a few dollars but just didn't have enough dollars. No matter where I go back to, I was always limited to my what. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to accomplish. Now, the what is good, but the what is not going to be the difference maker for you, okay? Your why, because your what may be $1 million. Your what may be debt free. Your what may be full-time business owner. Whatever your what is, your what can be good, but it doesn't mean your what is going to be the difference maker for you to make it happen. Your why, on the other hand, is what's going to give you that fuel. See, I've got a whole lot of whys. So when I think of my why, I can say, okay, why do I want to be a millionaire? Why do I want to be financially free? Why do I want to get that bag? Why do I want to wake up every day and go after it and hustle and grind and deal with the issues that I got to deal with and learn and study and grow and make mistakes and be stressed out and worry and all that? Why do I want to do it? Well, from a spiritual perspective, I truly believe it's a part of my calling. Yeah, I believe being rich is a part of my calling. I believe it's a part of my God-given assignment. Yeah. Why? Why do I want to be rich? Well, I believe it's my calling. I believe it's a part of my assignment. What are some other reasons why I want to be rich? Because, man, I want my family to be straight. I got wife, I got kids, I got people who depend on me. So I ain't got time to be playing around. I don't have time to be hoping and wishing and crossing my finger with this false sense of expectation that something magical is going to happen. No, my why is too big. I got some other whys. What are my other whys? You know what? I want to be a blessing to my church. I want to help my community. I want to be an example to show my people that you can come from nothing, absolutely nothing. You could come from nothing. I'm proof of that. You could come from being a loser, from being a drug addict, from being a criminal, from being a street thug, from being just a dropout. Nothing. You could come from nothing. And you can make the decision to become whatever you want to become. And who I am today, by the grace of God, who I am today is an example of the endless possibilities that are available to you if you figure out your why and you stop focusing just on your what. Because everybody got a what. Everybody know what they want to do. Man, I want to be rich. I want to be a millionaire. I want to get the bag. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to drive a Bugatti. I want to live in a mansion. I want to be able to buy all kind of designer clothes. I just want to be able to do, yeah, all that's good. All the what's is good. But what about the why? You need to figure out the why, all right? So this is like Millionaire Fundamentals 101. Like, this is like the basics of understanding how you're going to become a millionaire, all right? So once you have figured out your why, okay? Once you have figured out your why, let's assume that you have a big why. You believe God has called you, God has given you some assignment, you believe that there's some special purpose that He's given you to be a millionaire, okay? And you've figured out the why. Now you're able to complement the why with the what. Because now that I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, now I can start quantifying what do I actually need to do in order to fulfill my why. Okay? You have to figure this out. So again, my why is my why. And I need to figure that why out. So once I got my why, I need to check that box. But then I need to complement my why with a what. I need to complement my why with a what. Now, the way that I'm going to complement my why with the what is by putting a dollar amount to my what. Okay? So I need to be able to put a dollar amount to my what. This is one of the reasons why I am on this mission, particularly this year, to help create Blueprint Millionaires. This is why all of my programs that I have right now are centered around becoming a Blueprint Millionaire. So whether it's our Millionaire Blueprint, our online mentorship, or whether it's our Millionaire Mentorship, our coaching and consulting, I'm centering everything around at least $1 million, because I truly believe in order for you to accomplish just about anything you want to accomplish in life, your worst case scenario needs to be at least a millionaire. Now, some people may disagree with that, because some people may say, well, if I made $100,000 a year, if I had maybe 50 grand put up in savings, and if I owned my house and I was out of debt and I didn't owe nothing on my cars and blah, 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 I would be good. Well, maybe you would be good, but are you going to be able to do all the other things that make up your why? So it's not about you being greedy. It's not about you being so selfish that you're just focusing on having more and you're never satisfied. It's about, okay, Maybe it only takes 50 grand saved, your car's paid off, your house paid off, and you got maybe a couple thousand coming in every month. Maybe that's all you need to be happy. For you though. But is that going to be enough to help your kids? Is that going to be enough to set up a foundation for your community? Is that going to be enough to support your grandkids? Is it going to be enough to retire your spouse? Is it going to be enough to take care of your mom if your mom needs you? See, when you start thinking about those whys, this dollar amount goes up. And it's okay for you to be uncomfortable with this initially, but you have to at least start listening to information like this to start getting used to how important it is for you to have a big enough why. And when you check that why box, we want to check the what box. Now we want to put a dollar amount to it. Okay? So whether that's to be a millionaire, to make $1 million a year, to have $1 million of assets that kick off maybe 10 to 20% every year. That could be 100 to 200K a year just with that type of return. Whatever your what is, you still have to do the math to quantify it, okay? And so once you're able to check the why box and once you're able to check the what box, then here's what we need to take into consideration, because it don't just end there. Because a lot of people, they just stop right there. A lot of people say, I know my why. I know God has called me to be rich. I know I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna name it and claim it. I'm gonna read my affirmations. I'm gonna make my decrees every day. I'm gonna write my goals down every day. And I'm gonna, sit in meditation for 30 minutes and just, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, whatever you do. Okay? Here's the problem. The what that complements the why needs some assistance, all right? Your what that complements your why, they need assistance. And so this is when you start getting into other things. The first thing that you're going to have to focus on is your mindset. Yep, you're going to have to focus on your mindset. Because this is going to be the biggest thing that stops you from ever getting your what and from ever fulfilling your why. It's going to be your mindset. So what do you mean when you say mindset? Well, mind, that's one word. Set is another word. So that means you have to set your mind to millions. You have to set your mind to millions. So when you have a certain mindset, that means you have what? Set your mind to millions. So you have to adopt a millionaire mindset. You have to adopt a millionaire mindset. So that means you have to set your mind to millions. So if you around here scrapping and you around here, like pinching pennies and you trying to hold on to every little dollar because you think you're in scarcity, what that proves is that you have the wrong mindset, meaning that you have not set your mind to millions. Now, when you set your mind to millions, it doesn't mean that you're going to be so just free with spending your money. But what it means is you're going to be free to spend your money on things that are going to continue to move you to millions. So you're not going to be afraid and reluctant to hire coaches and consultants. You're not going to be afraid and reluctant to spend money on marketing. You're not going to be afraid and reluctant to hire staff. You're not going to be afraid and reluctant to spend money on opportunities and to get in the right doors and to be around the right people. You ain't going to be afraid and reluctant to that. You know why? Because your mindset is literally set towards millions. Now, what are some of the things that you have to do to adopt this type of mindset? Well, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get used to educating yourself. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean that you got to go Google, you got to go Wikipedia. You got people like me who've done all that work. And it doesn't mean that you can't do it, because maybe you're like me. Maybe you're one of those people that you don't mind taking the next 18 years and figuring it all out. Because when my wife and I, when we started 18 years ago, I didn't know the stuff that I know now. I didn't know everything about holding companies, about creative tax strategies, about LLCs and business systems, about accounting, about balance sheets, about cash flow, about EBITDA. I didn't know about trust funds. I didn't know about reallocating pre-tax dollars. I didn't know about real estate investing. I didn't know about commercial and residential investing. There are a lot of things I just didn't know about. I didn't know about sales and marketing. I didn't know about business systems. I didn't know about operations. I didn't even know how to be a CEO. All I knew was I just wanted more. I wanted to be better. I wanted to do better. And I had a little bit of knowledge of getting my why together. I had a little bit of knowledge about getting my what together, but there are other things that I needed to adopt. And that was, number one, my mindset. And so if you are the type of person that you just feel like, you know what, I don't need to learn nothing from somebody like Prophet Ramon. I don't need to follow a guru on the internet. I'm going to learn everything on YouTube. I'm going to learn everything on Google. I'm going to just listen to free audio books and read ebooks, and I'm going to just figure it out. Well, just know you can self-educate. You don't necessarily need somebody like me, but it may very well take you longer. There may be some roadblocks. There may be some subconscious apprehensions and reluctancies that you have that you wouldn't have if you were getting information and getting support from different people, okay? So you got to think about the education. A lot of people, I'm going to just be 100 with you. I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. Y'all know I keep it real. Some people just lazy. I'm going to just keep it real with you. Some people just lazy. They just sorry. They just don't want to educate themselves. They're mentally asleep. They're mentally asleep. They do not want to educate themselves. And you're listening to someone who doesn't have a formal education. You listen to someone who barely got a GED after getting out of jail. Like, I got a GED when I was probably 19 or 20 years old, and I barely got it getting out of jail. And the only reason why I got it because the alternative school that I was going to had this sweet teacher that would always visit me while I was in jail and would bring me different work to study so that when I got out, I would get a GED. And she reminded me of my grandma so much. I was like, man, I can't disappoint this lady. My grandma was dead at that time. I was like, man, I can't disappoint her. I'm gonna figure out a way to go do it. And the truth is, I took my GED test. I ended up passing it. And when I went to go get my little diploma and to have my little ceremony with the 3 or 4 other people that was there, I was high as a kite. Okay, so it wasn't that important to me. Now, why am I saying this? Not for you to joke with me or whatever, or to just goof off. I'm saying this to show you that I had to literally force myself to give up everything just to figure out how I could educate myself. And I pretty much gave up most of my 20s and my 30s just to get to the point to where I'm at now, so that I could at least be considered a player in this game to do what it is that I'm doing. So you have to either do that, or you have to gravitate towards people like me who done paid their dues, who done figured most of it out, and who's put it together in systems and in programs that make it easy for you to just pay a certain dollar amount and just get access to it. But guess what? Me and my team, we say this to people almost every day. If you get access to the education I got about holding companies, about tax strategies, about sales and marketing, about business systems, about leadership, about investing, about goal setting, and you don't use it, you ain't gonna get to where you wanna go. It ain't gonna happen. Just because you sign up with a guru, just because you connected to a millionaire, just because you hanging around people who doing good, don't mean it's gonna magically rub off on you. The way it's gonna rub off on you is you're gonna educate yourself. And that education should be connected to training. And the truth is, your education should be training. So here's what that means. You could be educated, meaning that you can learn a lot of information about business. You can learn a lot of information about sales, about marketing. You can learn a lot of information about taxes and all this stuff, right? But if you don't have any training, meaning that if none of this education can be put to practice, you just like a idle know-it-all. Have you ever ran across those kind of people? Like they know everything about everything, but they ain't doing nothing that they know about because they got education, but they ain't got no training. And this is all about your mindset. Your mindset is about education. It's about training. And guess what? You never get to a point to where you feel like you arrived. Like I read and I study every day. I promise you, my wife will tell you this. My team will tell you this. Every day of the year, not a day go by. Now, I might be a little more obsessive. You know, I'm an ex-addict, so I still got that addictive nature because I still want to get high every day, but I just get high off education. I just get high off training. I just get high off setting my mind to millions. That's what I get high off of. I get high off of this stuff because I want it, and it does something to me. And so for me as an addictive personality, it's nothing for me to learn every day, okay? But that's how you're gonna develop your mindset. Now, once you start adopting the mindset and developing it because you educating and you training, then your mindset is gonna have to convert into your methods. This is what a lot of people get hung up at because they start developing the right mindset. You know, when you talk to people and it's like, they get it, they understand it. But now your methods reflect how to do what you learned. Like, how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna put what you learned to practice? All right, because you have a why. This is why you want to be a millionaire. You have a what? You have a certain dollar amount that you know you have to reach because when you've done the math, you realize, oh, okay, I got to have at least $1 million a year coming in. I have to at least be a millionaire with $1 million worth of investments to get a certain return on my investment every month to take care of me and my family and to do all the things. So once you got your why and your what, now you work on your mindset. Your mindset is going to be about you educating and training. If you're not doing it every day, you are slowing the process of developing methods down. Because if you get methods and you skip mindset, meaning that if you just try to get like the 3 steps I give you and you try to implement those steps, right? But you don't have the education and training, you're probably not going to implement them because you ain't got the confidence. See, your confidence comes from your education and training. Your confidence comes from you learning. Your courage comes from you educating and training and learning. So the more you educate, the more confident you get. The more you train, the more confident you get. The more you learn, the more confident you get. And the more confident you get, guess what happens? The more courage you get. And then as you build that confidence and that courage, guess what you start doing? You start doing the work. Now you take your LLC, you take your products, you take your services, you go out here into the market and you push it until you can make some money. That's exactly how your methods work. Simple as that. It ain't gonna take no business plan. It ain't gonna take no 15-page, dissertation. Your methods are gonna be as simple as this. Your methods is gonna be as simple as this. You take what you learned, you package it into products or services, you go to the market, you make a sale. And then once you make a sale, you document the process, you figure out the best way to duplicate that process, and you scale that process until you get to where you want to go. It's simple as that, y'all. I'm going to stop right there because I know I'm overwhelming you with a lot of information, but it's Millionaire Monday. I want to create some millionaires. Are you the next Blueprint millionaire? Are you really ready to wrap your mind around the reality of becoming a millionaire, of becoming a 7-figure earner, of becoming a net worth millionaire, of putting you and your family in a position that you ain't going to worry, you ain't going to struggle, you're going to have a peace of mind because you've done the due diligence similar to what I'm talking about? Well, if you're ready, guess what? You're going to have to make a decision. Do I take the next 10, 15 years and learn all this stuff from scratch? Or do I connect with somebody like Prophet Ramon who's figured it out, who's put it together in a package, in a program to help me understand what systems and processes I need to help me understand how to do these things step by step so that I can start moving towards becoming a millionaire? Well, you got two choices. We have a virtual mentorship program called the Millionaire Blueprint, and we have an accelerated coaching and consulting program, which includes the virtual, but it also includes in-person coaching and consulting. It's called the Millionaire Mentorship program. If you're ready, all you have to do is text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Now, of course, you got to do the work. Of course, you got to educate yourself. Of course, you got to train. Of course, you got to take my advice. Of course, you got to listen to me and do what I'm telling you to do so that you can get to where I'm telling you you can get to. But guess what? It doesn't happen if you don't text the word millionaire. Or maybe there's another guru. Maybe there's another mogul. Maybe there's another influencer that you feel like has what it takes to help you. And that's fine too. At the end of the day, I just want you to do something. I just don't want you to stay stuck. I want you to move into the month of February knowing that you have done the right thing to put you and your family in a better situation. I'm going to be honest with you. There are a lot of things that I do for me, but then there are a whole lot of other things I don't do for me. I do it because I know my family depends on me to do it. I know my family, it really probably just expects for me to be the guy that's going to make it happen. And I'm cool with that because that motivates me. It inspires me. It fires me up. It just gives me the desire to just go harder because I know my family looks at me as the leader. They look at me as the guy that's going to make it happen. He going to figure it out. And guess what? They right. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to educate myself. I'm willing to train. I'm willing to learn. And I'm willing to go as hard as I need to go so I could be a blessing to my family. I could be a blessing to my church. I could be a blessing to my community. I could be a blessing to you. So if you're ready, I want you to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Once you text that word millionaire to that number, we're going to reach back out to you today, January 31st, Millionaire Monday. And we'll take a few minutes to walk you through an initial assessment over the phone. And what that assessment does is just to help us identify with what do you want to accomplish in your personal life, in your professional life, in your financial life. Maybe you don't know everything about what you want to do, but we're going to at least help you identify with some of the things that you want to do. And once we identify with them, we can better help you understand what program we have that works for you. So for example, let's say if you need to start a holding company. Let's say if you need to restructure your current LLC. Let's say if you need to learn a little bit about sales because you're not making enough sales. You need to figure out how to market your business. Maybe you need to work on your products and services or your prices. Maybe you're just trying to figure out what systems you need because you're all over the place. Well, once we assess you over the phone, we can direct you to what program we have that best fits that criteria. That's what we do as consultants. We make sure that we direct you to programs that we have that best fit your criteria. And then once we do that and we share what that program is, you can make a decision to join that program today. We can sign you up, we can onboard you, and guess what? We can get you started so that you can start moving towards where you want to be. It's just as simple as that. And all this information you can find on RamonPreston.com. If you go to RamonPreston.com, you'll see a link to our Millionaire Blueprint. You can look at all the courses that we have on there. all the lessons that we teach on there. Every program that we provide, you can see it on the Millionaire Blueprint. You'll see a link to our Millionaire Mentorship program. We have 3 tiers. We have a gold tier, a platinum tier, and a diamond tier. And so each tier is based on how much in-person consulting and coaching you actually need. So maybe you just need it for the initial session with the gold. Maybe you need it once a quarter with the platinum. Maybe you need it once a month, and maybe you want to show up every month with our Headquarter Days. Maybe you want to come here once a month and hang with me and my team and shadow us and learn the ins and outs of a $1 million, soon to be multi-million-dollar organization. If that's so, all you have to do is either text Millionaire to this number, 404-478-7213, or guess what? You can go to RamonPreston.com. Hey, I love y'all. Appreciate all of you again. We're celebrating 1 year. Thank you so much for being a part of our community, our family, our tribe. Thank you for supporting the Ramon Preston Show. We'll be here tomorrow, same place, same time. Don't meet me here, beat me here. Love you.